Dan. So in this video I want to talk about all the things that you need to be doing in your business in order to market it, get more customers. So first things first, the very first thing you need to put in place before you even think about marketing is that you need to have a mechanism in place in your business that can convert potential clients. It's like the most important bit. It's like learning how to drive and having a car but not having an engine. This is the engine. This is the bit that does the conversion, so that when you actually get people on your website or people are interested, they can actually convert. You can make money, you can perform the services or product for whatever it is that you happen to do. If you haven't got that, then no matter how much marketing you do, when they reach your website, it's going to get stuck. And so you've got to make sure, even in e-commerce websites or coaching websites, or if you're a plumber or whatever that happens to be, you've got to make it really easy for that person to be able to conduct, to transact business. Now we call this stickiness, or friction is a better word actually. How much friction is on your website? How much friction is stopping people from actually taking the action that you want them to take? So I'll give you an example. We used to, and we still have this on our website by the way, but we used to have a web form, and they'd fill in the web form and then they'd schedule an appointment and they would be able to have a strategy session for 15 minutes. And that worked okay, but then what we did was we thought, let's just test this and put a WhatsApp number on there. So we bought a specific number for our business. We added WhatsApp onto the header on top of the website, and then we let that go. So then what happens is when somebody sees that, they click the button and they can just send a quick WhatsApp. And because now we're able to send this WhatsApp, which obviously it's free of charge, most people use WhatsApp, actually the number of people engaging with us has actually increased. So even if at that point we then go, okay, well, yeah, let's jump on a call, and then I send them the Calendly link, which I do, they can then schedule a call, and then we go into the nurture campaign where we get all the emails, and we get all the reminders about the call, and so on and so forth. So that works really well, and it works really well and has improved because we've removed the friction from people being able to engage or transact, because actually booking a 15-minute call, not everybody wants to book a 15-minute call, but it's too much for them, it's too big a step. Having a WhatsApp number on there, however, brilliant, really good way of doing it. So if you've not got that, you should do that. So this is the mechanism, this is the we call it in the growth engine, this is the bit in the middle, landing page, sales process. Once you've got that up and running, then at that point you want to then be adding all of the inbound marketing. So that's what this video is about, all the inbound marketing. So what is that? What does that look like? What does that consist of? So you've got paid ads, and bear in mind this is all traffic, okay? It's always about the traffic. Paid ads, it's pay to play in this day and age. You can run content, we're going to talk about content, but more importantly it's about paying to play. Paid ads are great because you can target very specific niches. You can say people who are interested in this, age between 45 and 55, who are female, whatever that happens to be in this particular location, but are also interested in this, and this. Brilliant for targeting. Same with Google ads. Anybody who types 24-hour emergency plumber in Leeds, I want that to come through to me. I want my website to be at the top with your little click to WhatsApp button on top of it. So again, very, very targeted, and a really good way of directing very specific traffic, but again you have to pay. But let's talk about content then, because you could say, well Dan, there's no point in having any content at all, but no, I disagree. Content has a place, and the place where content should be is in the building of credibility for you and your business. Because let's face it, 2025, there is so much AI, so much artificial stuff. It's always about building brands and getting a brand name. And actually, who do people buy from? People buy from people that they know, like and trust. It's always been like that. Why do you choose one corner shop instead of another corner you're Coca-Cola, which I'm guessing if you're watching this video, you're not Coca-Cola, you're not Reebok or Adidas, or Nike, or McDonald's, or Tesco, or I'm trying to think of a clothes shop, Superdry. You're none of those things. You haven't got the money to spend on just brand building in the hope that people are appealing to the brand, and so they want to wear the brand. What am I wearing today? I'm not wearing a brand. Normally I'm wearing a Superdry, but actually last time I was in Superdry, I was looking around at all the other fat old men looking to buy in Superdry. I'm like, oh my goodness me, I'm in that demographic, fat old men. Like, if the shoe fits, wear it, right? But it's like, I don't want to be in that demographic. What is the demographic I want to be in? So it comes down to a choice. And actually, I want to buy my own t-shirts, put my own branding on there, which is something I've been meaning to do for the last year and not quite got around to. But you know what I mean? It's like, we're not building, Topshop doesn't exist anymore, I don't think, or Sainsbury's. We're not. You and I are not doing that. You and I are building our brand for us. And we want people to like us. And so we have to be, as Russell Brunson will call it, an attractive character in our story. So are you an attractive character in your story? So for example, when I put a piece of content out, usually it's me in the car like this, or sometimes it's me at my desk, and then often I will put a workout, because I work out at Crossfit. I normally film it. I use CapCut to create a couple of little videos. We put those out, even have a video editor doing it from time to time if I'm too busy. Brilliant. So we do that. Why do we do that when CrossFit has nothing to do with digital marketing? Because we actually close clients, because that becomes an attractive character. That becomes an aspiration. Well, if Dan's doing that at 55 and he can climb ropes and do handstand push-ups and clean and jerks and all the Olympic weightlifting stuff, that's amazing. That's a person who I'd like to be like when I get older or whatever. So it's building that attractive character. Now, think about it. It's not just CrossFit. It's the other things that I could do as an attractive character. Maybe where we live, because we live in Spain and it's an amazing place. Maybe as an investment person. Maybe just about being really nice and talking about you being a nice person. Do you think that helps build you as an attractive character? Of course it does. And this is all around content and all around building credibility and all around it making you look like you're a nice person. And hopefully you are a nice person, as I believe most people are genuinely nice people. But how do you get that across to other people? How do you build this level of trust? Quite excited then, I spat a bit, sorry about that. How do you build this level of trust? I did it again. How do you build this level of trust? And you do it through content, not ads. You need the ads to have a longer reach, to get the targeting. You definitely need those. But also you need the content, because then when they go and do the research on you, if you're not an attractive character, and I don't mean looks, I just mean, are you a nice person? Are you a person that people would want to jump on a call, share their problems with, because they believe that you actually might have a solution to that? So you have to build that. It's not built for you. You know, you go to a networking event and people are there, and you know, the way that you come across, and you can put more energy, by the way, into a networking event. So if you meet someone at a networking event and you go, hi, my name's Dan, I do digital marketing. Oh, boring, hello. But if you come in with lots of energy, hey, my name's Dan, what's your biggest problem right now? Client acquisition, no doubt. Come on, everyone has that problem, what are you doing for that? Like, put some energy into it. If you actually did that at networking events, you get better results at networking events. That energy, that level of energy is exactly what you need. So you have to be putting that in place. And also, it's exactly the same when you're doing content. You have to be putting positive energy out there. You have to be helping people with useful content, not just any old crap. One of the things that really annoys me is when people go, oh, I don't get any views on my content, and people go, oh, it's a simple answer, just put out great content. What is great content? I don't even know what that looks like. Because great content for a digital marketer is different from great content for someone who dances for a living or shows the butt for a living in bikinis. Like, there's completely different content. So I don't really know what, oh, just do great content. I don't know what that means. First up, just do content. Get out there, get in front of people. I even have this belief that the quality of the content doesn't actually matter to some extent as long as you're doing enough of it. Get the content out, as much content as you can. We post 3 or 4 videos a day. A CrossFit video, I'll often live stream, although I've been a bit slack at that recently. And then we've got case studies. We've got so much content going out, because when people go off and do that research, they then want to check you out. That's why you do the content, as well as all the attractive character stuff. Okay, so we've done paid ads, including Facebook and Google. We've done content. What else do we need to do in terms of getting your marketing out there? So paid ads is to have greater reach. Content is to build credibility. How about email to nurture the people that you're generating as leads, and you're putting them into your email marketing system? See, this is one of the things that amazes me. People go to networking events. I'm like, you know, is there an offer on your card? Is there a QR code on your card to download a free thing that might help them? Do you take those email addresses? Do you put them anywhere? Like, they should be going into your networking list. And then the next time you go into a networking event, you email them and go, hey Bob, hey, insert personalised name. There's a networking event on the 23rd. I'm going to go. Why don't we go together? It'd be great to catch up again. Brilliant. Imagine having 200 people on that mailing list. Do you think they are more likely to attend that networking event and build some conversations with you? Of course they are. That's the whole point of networking, is it not? So people are not using this email marketing, this methodology that they've got, this tool, with people already in their list. Oh no, I don't want to bother them. Bother them. It's the whole point of having an email marketing list. Bother them. Email them. Invite them. WhatsApp them. Going to a networking event. Do you want to come along? Brilliant idea. I'm making a networking group. Do you want to join it on WhatsApp? Yeah, no, whatever. All good. So this is really where you need to be. And then with email marketing, you know, download our free guide. Great, they've now got the free guide. What's the follow-up process? What's the nurture campaign? So for example, when someone, you know, we've got property training, so when someone downloads a property training, it's 27 quid. We've sold, in the last 5 years, we've sold a lot of it. So they get like 4 or 5 emails, and then when they get through those 4 or 5 emails, we move them onto the main list. And in that main list, there's probably 3 or 4 years worth of emails in that main list, and we send that out. 3 or 4 years worth of emails. And every so often we'll create a new email, we'll just tag it onto the bottom, so that'll eventually get to 4.5 years, and 5 years, and 6 years, and 7 years. Brilliant. Some will unsubscribe by that point. Fine, not a problem. But at least we're doing it. At least we're in front of people and visible as much as we can. What else? So we've done paid ads, done content, we've done email, SEO, search engine optimization. So for example, just 6 weeks ago, I created some brand new pages on the website. I really couldn't be bothered doing it, but I did it anyway. And it's one of those where you have to do the work and you have to have faith that the work that you're doing is actually going to pay off. Anyway, we had a strategy call this week, and a guy thought I was local to him because he typed the keyword in that location, and that page came up number 1. He booked a call on WhatsApp, everything that we just talked about, and now hopefully he's going to sign up. He's got a 50% off offer. You know, the secret of the offer is really vital, by the way, to close clients. So that's worked really, really well. And so that was work I did 6 weeks ago, couldn't be bothered. But the beautiful thing about that is actually that piece of work for that specific page didn't take long. It probably took half an hour. Alright, I had to do 10 other pages as well, just to get that, not just that keyword in that location, but keywords in other locations, and variety of keywords in that location as well. It's a mixture, right? Because not everybody's typing the same thing. But it paid off. And one of the reasons it paid off is not just because of all the work that we did on page, which obviously that really helps, but also because of all the work that we've done over the last 10 years on that website, building backlinks, putting high quality content, making sure that we show up on Google My Business, your Google profile. So when someone types digital marketing agency Leeds, I think our Google profile comes up number 1 or number 2 in that map. Like, we spent a lot of time optimizing our website and our Google My Business profiles to make that happen. And now it happens, and it looks like we're going to close a client off it. So SEO is so vital, but this is the thing. SEO is like a long-term investment. Definitely useful. It's one of those, best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, is the same as SEO. The best time to start your SEO journey is 20 years ago. The second best time is today, because in a few years time, and it doesn't have to take a few years, by the way, I created the pages 6 weeks ago with number 1 ranking on Google. Doesn't have to take that long, but again, the reason why we're ranking like that is because of all the previous work that we've done. But we took a brand new client, and in 6 months, in a very challenging keyword, he's now ranking number 1 on his keyword, his top keyword on Google. Brand new website. That's amazing. You don't even need 6 months. You can do it before that. But we spent a lot of time just recently making sure that that was really ranking, and now it is. Amazing, right? Absolutely amazing. So there's definitely a place for SEO. Now, have I missed anything out? I don't think so. There's other things you can do as well, like podcasting, having a podcast. So every time there's 2 things actually. One is live streaming, and the second one is podcast. In my tiny mind, that's actually the same thing. I'll tell you why. When I live stream, I go live, it goes out on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn, and then I take that live stream and we pull out little short videos. Brilliant. Which is what we're going to do with this video. Awesome. Gives me lots of content. I only have to create the content once. We have lots of short videos. Really get the most beneficial use out of all that content. It all gets scheduled out. Then what we do is we pull out the MP3 from that piece of content, and then we upload that to iTunes and Alexa and Spotify. I'm actually on Spotify, believe it or not. I know it surprises me as well. It surprises my kids. But we're on Alexa and Spotify and so on. So that's a really cool way of being noticed everywhere. And by the way, again, when you're live streaming, like, not necessarily you're going to have a lot of people watching. That's okay. But people will watch the replay, or they'll download the podcast, or they'll see you on all of your little shorts videos that you're then going to pull out from that. And that's another bit of awareness building that you can put in place for your business. Now, if I was to ask you, and hopefully you've got to the end of this video, but if I was to ask you, out of all of that, what are you doing? And I'm guessing it's networking. What else? You put an advert in a magazine, spend 400 quid. Like, how is that even going to help? We've done it, by the way. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. We were coming up to Christmas once, and we put an advert in, front page Yorkshire Post. Not a sausage. Not a thing. We're testing all sorts of different stuff, like drop shipping. This is like 2011, kind of, 2010. And it was obviously drop shipping didn't exist back then, so we were just playing about with it and so on. Absolutely impossible to do. Running ads off newspapers, crazy, right? And obviously going back to 2010, 2009, the internet e-commerce stuff was such a early part of that. And it actually is one of my biggest regrets, is that we didn't start doing that properly all the way back then with brands. That's really where we should have been. We should have looked at Amazon and Boo. Do you remember Boo.com? But anyway, we are where we are. But when I ask you about your business, where are you in terms of your business? And if it's 1 or 2 of the above, then your business is going to fail, because it can't be 1 or 2. It has to be all of the above. That's the answer. It's not 1 or 2. It is literally all of the above. And I'm not saying you have to do all of them 24 hours a day, but most people are only doing 1 or 2 of those things if they are lucky. A little bit of content, and that's it. So you've absolutely got to start putting that out. Anyway, that's a really good breakdown. I hope you got through the video. Congratulations if you did, way ahead of everybody else. who just simply can't even, they just don't even have the attention span anymore. And I know what that's like, because my attention span's exactly the same as well. But I hope you got use out of that, and we'll catch up with you on the next one. Have a great day. Take care.